Yo! King of the Pit TV. Devoted to my man Jim. Jim, thank you for the recommendation. Thank you for the patience. Natural Order is the record we are going to be listening to tonight. I'm waking up, so let's ease my way into things. I expected a little bit of metal. The band is entitled... Now, this is the thing, right? I should have no problem pronouncing the title of this band, but I'm going to call it HB, alright? Purely down to the fact that the algorithm... No, I'm not the biggest fan of the algorithm, not the biggest friend of the algorithm, don't really care too much about the algorithm, but if I'm repeating, you know, the same borderline, controversial, offensive language over and over and over again for 17 tracks straight, I don't think it'll do me much good, alright? I don't make note from this channel, don't you worry about it, and I just wanna be in good terms, so we're gonna start off. This record is entitled Natural Order. We had a great band, local, that performed for no more than a year, called Natural Order. Quite frightening. Metalcore act. Used to turn the lights off and put strobes on when they're performing. Played in a trench coat and a balaclava. And knocked around with a hammer. There was a couple of good, like, myths about this act and their performances that went around, but there's not much at all as far as recordings are concerned. If you are to search Natural Order, like UK hardcore or something, I'm sure a couple of videos will come up, but generally there wasn't much else. I think they put their music, they put like a 2-track demo up, streamed it. I don't know where they streamed it, but they had a tune called like Meat Wagons or something, I think, sort of along the lines of that. Anyway, who cares? This goes out to Jim. I've never listened to this act before. I thought it'd be like a D-beat rock and roll, like from first glance, but with it being 17 tunes, I don't think so. Let's find out. Interrogate them. Let go! We've got plenty of material ahead of us. It's going to be a lengthy record. Earache Records. ...2009 is surprising. This has got to be earlier than 2009. This sounds like... This doesn't sound like a 2009 record. Awesome. This is the longest track on the record. They put it right at the start. Good variation. Tasteful playing, tasteful. Very good. I wonder what the story behind this act is, because they're a talented band. They've not one that have hit my radars over the years. You know, with a name like this, I did think it was like more of a crusty D-beat adjacent act, like D-beat rock and roll metal band. But very fresh, death metal adjacent. Yeah, like the heavier end of thrash metal. But yeah, very good. The lead guitar was quite tasteful. Preferred him in the slower, more acoustified section than, you know, having to go through the whole shred-centric thing, which they still pulled off quite well. But, you know, it was nice to hear a little bit of slower phrasing in a thrash metal band for a change. Yeah, not a bad introduction whatsoever. Not a bad introduction. I'm just hoping that it upholds creativity for 17 tracks, you know, without it coming across as too bland by the time we get to the end of it, because it's a lot of material for a metal band to keep up with. There's only one way to find out, people. We've got I Beg in Blood coming up next. See you there. Yes, now bless now. Don't forget the rest now. King of the Pit TV. I Beg in Blood is track number 2 on Natural Order by the band we see before us. Okay, what more needs to be said? Let's jump into the metal, shall we? Lego! In the related videos, we've got a video called Imagine Dragons, the worst rock band. And in the thumbnail, it says rock stars poses. I bet you money, I would bet my entire bank account, right, that whomever is in Imagine Dragons is more of a rock star than whomever has created that video. Wholeheartedly, I'd put my money on it. Good for clicks, but is it legitimate? Come on. Nice. That's a riff, that. Digga, 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 digga. Great riff, great riff. Awesome trills. Actually, I said the longest track was the first one. We've got a whopping 7-minute 27 track on this. They brought death. So many riffs, no doubt, compiled into this record. I want him to go back into the Go on, get back into it. Now. Very good, very good. A lot of stopping and starting, you know. I don't want to keep going back to the same old breakdown where we've just got the one guitar. You know, once or twice in a tune to add emphasis is good, but when it's so consistent, you know, I don't want to hear so many build-ups. It becomes quite draining to the energy. But with that being said, very cool. Great riffage. Great riffage indeed. I'm happy, I'm happy. We've got a minor point we'll listen to and we'll flow it into Justly Executed on the next track. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now people. King of the Pit TV. Natural Order is the record we're listening to by the band HB. Alright. To start listening, goes out to my good friend Jim B. Thank you very much, my man. Jim Beam, the legend themselves. You got to send me some free booze. Jimothy, my man. We've got a minor point, which is an instrumental, and we're going to flow that into Justly Executed, which is track number 4. Alright. Shall we jump in? I think we should do. It's good to have an instrumental such as this as track number 3. It's very creative. It's not your normal, you know? We've got a couple of instrumentals on this. with the playing of the open strings in succession. It's can't be helped. It's only open string playing, but it sounds like nothing else matters, you know? That bit. There you go, you see. Very good. Justly executed. Track number 4 coming up, yeah? Let's go. Adobe stock. Adobe stock. Come on now. Dun dun dun. Let's go. Some great low end on this record. That was the best one so far. That was riff central. That was just a hard hitting, catchy, dance floor filling riff. That was a great one. That. Yeah, that was sick. That was sick. That was the best one so far. That was the best one. That had the best energy. That was just upbeat, like skanktastic. We got Natural Order, the title track, coming up next. Yes, now people. King of the Pit TV, Natural Order. HB, Homeboy, is whom we are listening to. This tune's entitled Natural Order. It's the title track. Let's go. Dun 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 dun. If anybody wants to know what that was a song by the band Dying Fetus. Let's go. Some spooky, speaky Halloween riffing. Da da da. We got a guy. This one's for the American listeners. There, we got a guy in the related videos, Zoran Mamdani for NYC. He's put a video out. My message to Muslim New Yorkers and everyone who calls this city a home. I'm actually going to watch this after because I know that Zoran guy. What's he running for? The is it the governor? The governor of New York City or something along the lines of that? But I know he's been quite controversial because, of course, you got the Americans just like 9/11 and now we're getting a Muslim in and all this and that. So I'm actually going to watch that. I'm not very well ingrained into US politics nor the politics that doesn't affect me over here. You know, only the stuff that does affect me I give a crap about, obviously. But I'll see what the commentary is on that, you know? Because see, some people are very pro that guy. I think I've seen a couple of debates or clips of debates where they've, you know, clipped it to put his best foot forward, and he seems like a respectable young man. So yeah, we'll see what's going on, especially in relation to other conflicts in the world and whether he stands by it or doesn't stand by it. You know. Your votes don't matter anyway, people. It don't matter. It's all theatre at the end of the day. It's all theatre. La da da da. Heavy metal, come on now. Like Maiden-esque harmonies there. Better. Tasteful. Some nice harmonies. Some quality moments. Some great stabs. And what more do we need to say? We've got Enslavers, track number 6 coming up next. Let's keep moving, yes? Yes, now bless now. Don't forget to rest now. We're listening to Natural Order tonight. Track 6 of 17 is entitled Enslavers. Natural Order being the record. Hellbastard being a band. Alright. There you go. Enslavers, yeah. What more do I need to say? This entire listen goes out to my friend Jim, who recommended this over on the Patreon, so don't thank me, thank Jim. We've got some high quality, real metal to get through tonight. Let's go. My cup of tea as well, you know. I like these Slayer-esque riffs. These evil and sinister lead lines. Let's go. Love the snare accent. It is the snare, isn't it? Accenting on them hits. Dun 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 dun. A proper thwack to that snare. Thwack thwack. No idea what they're saying in them gang chants. More of a mid-tempo number. More of a heavy metal adjacent number. Half decent. It was the one track that made me consider the fact that the frontman's probably playing a little bit of guitar as well, whether it be the bass guitar or rhythm or whatever. He's not a standalone frontman, is he? He's performing in the band as well. We got Black Force coming up next. Yes. Yes, now blast now. King of the Pit TV, Natural Order by Hellbastard. Track 7 of 17, Black Force, not to be confused with Black Air Force Ones by Nike. The entire listen through is devoted to my friend Jim, who recommended this on the Patreon. You know, albeit we got a substantial amount of material on this record, it is flying by. It is a nice, easy listen. Let's jump in, shall we? You bloody bastard! Bloody, bloody. Come on now. Da 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 da. Here we go. The fight riff, come on. The WWE riff. Now this is going to be a great riff. Only based on how the drums come in. We need the good drum rhythm. Let's find out where we're going. The hi-hat sounds shit, I'm not going to lie to you. But rhythmically speaking, it's okay. I wanted a double time on it. I wanted a two bomb. Come on. Dun, 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 dun. So it's part of the band's sound, right? But I've never been a fan of the drum beat. Just like someone knocking at your door. I need it to be on the offbeat. Do you know what I mean? I need a little bit of a shin shaker. Just the driving straight forward. It works in some cases. It really just depends on where we're coming and where we're going with it, you know? Anyway, that was Black Force. Hate to be critical. It's just what we need to comment on, isn't it, my friend? We got Neon Storms coming up next, yes? Yes, now, people. Bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now, people. King of the Pit TV. We're listening to the album Natural Order by the band HB. Okay. Track 8 of 17 is entitled Neon Storms. Have you ever seen a neon storm before? It sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Let's jump in. Metal. Let's go. Here we go. Cheers. Let's go. Fucking hell, how many riffs do we need? How many riffs? You ever heard a trade-off rhythm guitar before? Diddle 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 diddle. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. One moment, just get a phone call. I'm back. Business to deal with as per. Let's get back on with it. Neon Storms we're listening to. Track number 8. That was Neon Storms. Have you ever heard a trade-off riff before? Yeah? A lot of stop and starting. It's part of the makeup of this band's sound. A lot of breakdown elements. Not breakdown in the fact that we, you know, half-time the tempo, but more so that we break down the instrumental. There is no God but man or woman. Coming up next. Yes, now bless now, mofos. King of the Pit TV. Natural Order by Hellbastard. Track 9 of 17. There is no God but man or woman. That all woman in brackets is a bit of a cop-off, innit? What you on about? Did you know a woman's called a woman because she is a womb man and she was made from the rib of Adam? I mean, whether you believe in Adam and Eve, I don't fucking care, to be honest with you. But isn't that some esoteric knowledge? Isn't that some Gnosticism right there? Apparently there was another woman in the picture. Judaism and the esoteric knowledge that is within that realm speak of a woman called Lilith. Fascinating, eh? I don't know too much about that, but all I do know is that supposedly there is no God but man or woman. This is HB and it's devoted to Jim B. Let's jump in, shall we? Track number 9. We're listening to Natural Order. Let's not talk about the Neolithic era. Let's not talk about the Paleolithic era. Let's not talk about the Mesolithic civilizations, okay? Huh. Is this an instrumental? Doodle-doodle-doo, doodle-doodle-doo. Let's go. Where we go, we're gonna cut into the thrash. Letting the bass sing for a second, come on. Come on now. Come on now. Where the Mohawks at? Good. Ba-da-bap, bap, 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 bap. A few riffs for the people, a few skanks, an air of crossover. Yeah! Let's just do this instrumental afterwards. I'll give you a little bonus. Track 10 TAF.
I want to call your attention to an earth-shattering change that's happening in our society that I know you're aware of. AI.
Do you know what we call my man? Flipping, oh, what do they call him? The snake oil salesman. Who went from town to sell their wares. Who gives a fuck?
Are you using it?
Let me sell you a product! What do they call them? Charlatans! That's what you call them, a charlatan. Apparently his book's quite good though, at least one of them. I forgot what it was entitled. But it speaks on NLP and stuff, neuro-linguistic programming, stuff like that. So that's cool, that's cool. He's not really shy. I've heard good things about him, but don't try sell me products and advertisements, please. A few guitar chords. Is it worth it? A few guitar chords. Well produced, to be honest. Sounds very organic. I do like the production. The recording of this. Complete waste of a track. Yeah, playing a few chords doesn't do it for me. I'm not impressed by that. Not impressed at all. Live as Mortals coming up next. See you there. Yes, now, people. Bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now, people. King of the Pit TV. Natural Order. Hellbastard. Yeah, I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say it. Track 11 of 17 is entitled Live as Mortals. Yes. Let's go. Entire listen through goes to Jim B. Did it, did it. What does that sound like? Live Wire by Motley Crue. Live Wire, Motley Crue. Sounds like Venom. Sounds like am I right or am I wrong? Sounds like Venom, doesn't it? Am I right or am I right, people? Better let. That was Live as Mortals. Very heavy metal. Very mid-80s sound to that one. Deadlock, track number 12, coming up next. Yes now, bless now. Don't forget the rest now. King of the Pit TV, Hellbastard, track 12 of 17. Natural Order is the album, completely devoted to Jim, who recommended this on the Patreon. This is Deadlock. Let's go. Here we go. Some drag to that, eh? Listen to that distortion, drag it. Better, better, better. The instrumental sounds the same, but the vocal does sound a little different. Since we had Live as Mortals on, and now Deadlock, is this two records compiled together? The vocals are a little more old school. A heap of writing has gone onto this record. As far as riffage is concerned, how many riffs do you reckon we've got? We're not really returning back to the same old riffs. We're just driving on section to section to section. Would you say this band is underrated? Da-da. Better. Let's go. Man. So many stabs and stops and starts. It's part of this band's sound. Part of this band's foundation. Alright, bit of a stutter and a butter there, bit of a stutter and a butter. Let's flow on to track number 13. Schwarzer Swasser, what the hell is one of them? Let's just finish off, yeah? Track number 13, let's just jump straight in. It's only 1 minute 19, that's why I thought I'd throw it in. This one does not have instrumental in brackets after the title. I thought it might have been a blazing A to B number. And we got a long one coming up at 7 minutes 27 after They Brought Death. All right. They Brought Death coming up next. Track number 14. It's a prog rock classic at 7 minutes 27. We've got a mission ahead of us coming up. Let's jump straight in. Yes, now blessed now. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Listening to Hellbastard. Natural Order is the record. Track 14 of 17 is the longest track on the record, entitled They Brought Death. All right. Hold on tight. Let's jump straight in, shall we? 4 tunes to go. Burp. It's mad because we've just got a leaf on the front cover. And if I was to put this album cover together myself, I would perceive it in such a completely different way. Because I think this album cover is actually pretty good. I do like it. I like the leaf on the front. I don't know what it represents in particular, but I find it fascinating, and it works, and it looks good, and I wouldn't be able to pull that off myself. If I was composing or compiling this album cover and I just put a leaf on the front, I think, oh, it doesn't look good. But from the outside looking in, I like the cover. We're all just living to die. I reckon this is two projects compiled into one. Because the vocals have gone very, very, very Venom-esque as opposed to like the Death-esque that we had at the start. That's what I think. Very cool sound. How did they do that? Was that a flick to flanger on? This bit. There's a light flanger on there, isn't there? Murder. This bit's corny. This is shit. That riff is so shit. They shouldn't have that riff in there. That was They Brought Death. A little bit long-winded. It felt like this stretched out, you know, not the most creative ideas. Very chug-centric. Didn't necessarily bring too much to the record other than the fact it was just relatively long in comparison to the rest. You know, there wasn't much. There wasn't a good utilization of the time spent invested in that track. We got Heading for Eternal Darkness, track number 15, coming up next. Yes, now bless now. King of the Pit TV. Heading for Eternal Darkness is track number 15 out of 17 on Natural Order. This entire album listen through goes out to my friend Jim, who recommended this over on the Patreon. Let's jump in, shall we? Metallica. Or is it Slayer, actually? Is it Slayer? You tell me which one it is. You know what I mean. Come on now. There's actually a band near here called Hellbastard, which does like gore, noise, grindcore stuff, like just pure noise, incredible drumming, you know. Seen him a couple of times, drummer's just insane. The last 4 songs includes the word death. We got They Brought Death, Death From Above, and Death Camp. That was an alright tune, decent riff. The whole stopping and starting thing, though, I think even though it is good to add emphasis and to build, I think the band does it too often, because sometimes it can just be as powerful, given they just go from section to section and just focus on the energy that flows, that concentrated energy that's already flowing, instead of just taking it away from you and then giving it back to you. There's a lot of dun 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 once or twice, but it doesn't have to be throughout the entire record. A couple of spoken wordy bits in that one, a little bit more of a blackened grim feel on them hushed vocals. It's not the first time we've had hushed vocals on this record, but you know, it adds a new unique flavour to the mix. We've got a brief one, Death From Above, coming up next. Yes Now Bless Now, don't forget the rest now. Natural Order is the record we're listening to. Track 16 of 17 is entitled Death From Above. Shall we just do the last 2 songs back to back? We might as well, we might as well. Let's jump in. 2 short ones to finish. Come on. Dugga. See, here we are again. We just stop and start every single song. That's a riff though, that. Come on. Ba, ba, ba. Come on, back into the glam. That's a riff. Bep, bep, bep. Tune almost made me wonder if it was a cover. Let's finish off with Death Camp. 2 years free from hair. Discover Braun Smart IPL. Oh, fucking hell. 20 seconds to watch a waxing advertisement whilst listening to death metal. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can you actually believe it?
Find yourself answering the same questions over and over in your work or hobby. You're sitting on a course idea.
Shut the up. Let's go. Come on. Better hooligan riff. La da da da. La da da da. Better, better. Ba-da-da-da. That was the last record. I mean, we kicked off with a half-decent chug fest there. Nice little chug-a-thon to finish the record off. I can't complain. I can't complain. I'm going to do one last video. We're going to call it a day. I'm going to give you my final overview. I'll rate out of 10 for you. Let's finish off, shall we? It was nice to finish off with a couple of brief numbers. I can't complain about that. That's a good way to finish a record. Sometimes a band knacks up the sequencing by just throwing something random at the end. I felt this was a good decision from the band. Let's finish off. Yo! King of the Pit TV signing in and signing out with a quick review. We just listened to Natural Order by the band Hellbastard. It was devoted to my friend Jim, who recommended this over on the Patreon. So if you are a metalhead and you enjoy this act, don't thank me, thank Jim B. Not to be mistaken for Jim Beam. Or Jim Beam, actually. The whiskey brand, unless it is the Jim from Jim Beam, which I would like some booze if that was the case. 17 tracks. Wow! Healthy amount of material. To say we're averaging at around 4 minutes 10 a track, I would say. Crazy amount of material for a metal record. Very consistent metal record. If you like what you hear at the start, you're going to like what you've heard by the end of it. Good production. Gritty, grey, dingy, dry production. So it's a death metal production, I would say. It's a death metal production. We're sort of bordering the line between thrash metal and death metal. Arguably, one might say a bit of a blackened thrash feel from time to time, given the, you know, the extremity and the standard coming together and meeting as one. We could argue there's a bit of a blackened essence in there, especially down to the gritty production. It's a metal album, okay? So we're not... Do you know, if somebody was to ask you, could you recommend a metal band? Not saying that you need to recommend this act, but if they want to hear what metal is, this is metal. Like, there's no doubt about it. There's no fluff, no glitz and glamour, no glitter. This is metal, right? And you could argue, well, there's a punk essence and so forth. Yeah, as much punk as Bolt Thrower's first record, which I thought was just metal. Do you know what I mean? It's a metal record. A lot of stopping and starting on this record, which I didn't like by the end of it. I like breakdowns in the instrumental. I think they're a necessity when you want to emphasize a great riff, emphasize a great mosh section and so forth. But these dudes were just breaking the track down 3 or 4 times each and every song, and it got monotonous. It was not good, right? Riffs were okay. I don't think the production aided in the quality of the riffage and the rhythms we were hearing. I think it actually detracted from it. A more modernized, high-tech production with more modernized distortion and, you know, foundation to the record would probably highlight the writing that we had on this record. Vocally, not too bad. It felt like the vocal performance changed from track 12 onwards, making me think it was 2 separate recording sessions, perhaps, as we went from a more late 80s, early 90s death metal vocal to a more like mid-80s rootsy vocal by the end. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a, you know, connoisseur of metal. I'm just a fan. I just enjoy music. But that's what I got from it. As far as value for money, if you copped this album on the physical, you're going to get your money's worth. You've got a healthy amount of material, healthy amount of investment, you know, as far as the writing capabilities and the memory of this act to put this together and compile this together. It's a great effort. It's a great investment. We could probably call it a 12-track album instead of a 17, arguably. But they give you more than what you pay for, which is good. I think they've overshot with the amount of material on the record, especially in relation to the fact that it's metal. Like, it's arguably extreme metal music. Call it extreme metal music. It can become a little bit wearing as time goes by. I'll rate this record I'll give it a 6.5. I'd give it a 7 if we minimised it to 10 to 12 tracks and just kept in the best material. I think it overstaying its welcome. And all of the breaks and the writing style, although it is a staple of what this product was. So if you like that, the breakdowns in the music, you're going to really enjoy this. But for me, it became a little bit of a drag, hearing them do so all the time. On that note, I'm signing out. Peace. Very consistent record. Let's be truthful.